Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Korner. I'm over on EverQuest Legends in the Butcherblock area, and I'm currently grouped up with Bugejoah. We're running around, and I think we're going to try to go find the bandits over here because I need some faction. I think he needs some faction as well with the Kaladim scouts, so that we can run around in there with impunity. Now I think probably Bugejoah already can, but he needs a little more faction with them. I'm not 100% sure. I definitely need faction with him. I know that he needs faction with the merchants, and I don't know exactly how to get it with the merchants, I guess, without having it with the scouts. I know that there's supposed to be a lot of quests that you can turn into people over in Kaladim once you have some Kaladim merchants faction, and then you can get faction with the scouts by killing these bandits over here. There's also apparently some paladin faction that I may want to work on. I'm not really sure. I thought for a second maybe we were supposed to be attacking this guy. Okay, it looks like we're going after Marglin Darkling here. We got his tongue. I'm sure that'll come in handy for some reason or another. So I guess that Bugejoah probably just hit that goblin warrior to get the aggro on him, so I will not try to attack it. Alright, we got a red guy in there. We've got a rogue. And what do we have here? This is the rogue all the way through. And then let's move this out of the way so we can see what we're doing here. And I think rogues, maybe rogues do cast something. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna watch and see if I see any casts happen. Didn't see anything, which doesn't necessarily mean that they don't. I'm going to get out of combat because it looks like I'm stuck in combat. What do we have here? Durgedex Chipstein. No idea what it is. Let's loot it. Then we've got some short ale. That's fine. We can drink that. Here's a small wooden leg. Surely that's part of a quest, right? We've got a rusty spear. Definitely want to loot that. Another tongue. It makes me think maybe these tongues get turned in as like bounties, right? You would think. Who do they get turned into? I don't know, but it feels like a bounty item. We've got some dwarven blood. I kind of halfway wonder if maybe that's going to be used for cooking. I'm going to right click on this and auto store. Then we've got a knoll paw. No idea what a knoll paw would be, but maybe again it would be used for bounty. It makes sense to bring like a part of a knoll. You know, normally it might be like a head of somebody, but it feels like maybe a knoll paw could be turned into somebody. Bugejoah says there's another bandit camp over this way. Most of the items they drop don't seem to turn in for anything. Interesting. I don't know. You would think a tongue would, right? Bring me their tongue, right? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to run around a good bit more and find out. Where are we on the map right now? Let's see. We're right here. Probably going to go into this little alcove over here to the left. That looked like a fountain or something over there. I should probably know what it is, but I don't. Okay, that big old spider hanging out there, a giant scarab. And Bugejoah is just killing these guys so quickly. It's very difficult to even get over to them before they go dead, to be honest. I'm gonna work on Glenn's smelt pot here. We got another tongue. We'll loot these tongues. I feel like there's potential there. Oh, we have a loaf of bread. That's great. Because with a loaf of bread, one thing I know we can make is a burnt loaf of bread. Not that a burnt loaf of bread is necessarily a good thing, but I think that maybe we can make sandwiches with it. I think. Lost Bugejoah. I'm gonna find him. Let's click his name here. Oh, there's way over there. Loot a couple more of these tongues here, and now we've got a rusty dagger. So many tongues. If you can't use the tongues for quest items, then surely we can use it for like cooking. I have a little lingua, maybe. Lingua. I don't know. You would think it would be useful for something. Obviously, it's not for trade skilling because it would have gone into my trade skill depot if so, and so the storage button would have been available. It wasn't because my storage is full. Whoa. That was fancy right there. He just disappeared. Where did he go? I think it was perhaps rubber banding that happened there. All right. Oh, what's this? Where did it come from? Iron ration. Sure, I'll take an iron ration. It was just laying there on the ground. He must have killed it that quickly that I didn't even see it. And suddenly it was dead. But he is level 17, looks like. And I'm only level 8, so you can see why that's happening. Finished off a snake. I feel good about that. Alright, now, hopefully, we've gotten a little tiny bit of faction. I know that those guys give a little bit of faction when we kill them. I don't know how much. I think I need a lot to be able to be friendly with the Kaladim. What is it? Kaladim scouts, I think, for the bandits. There's also another Kaladim faction that I need to be friends with, which is the paladins. Because right now they attack me. What am I doing? I'm trying to look and see what kind of a belt I'll have on. So it looks like I'm currently wearing a Creshbone belt. Probably I should start looting those to turn in instead of merging them for now. You know, one thing that's difficult about this game is that it doesn't just have the names over the people's heads all the time of the player characters, and I feel like that makes it very difficult to find the characters who are in your group and the ones who are PCs versus the ones that are in, you know, like NPCs and guys that were fighting essentially enemies. So I wonder if there's a setting that I can turn on to make it to where the names always show. That would be very helpful for finding group mates. And just friendlies versus non-friendlies. Alright, he says Miners Guild 628. So I think Miners Guild 628. Well, I don't recall. I was going to say that I think it's the Scout Guild, but I'm not 100% sure of that, so maybe I don't say that. Have the attention of Criddle Gunfire, it seems. which is cool. I'll beat up on him some. Bugejoah is going after Keldon Gunfire, and he killed off the red guy, which is cool. Alright, let's see what we have here. We've got another Dirgidax Chipped Stein, whatever that's for, not sure, let's leave it. Then we have a small wooden leg again. Some of these I'll probably end up destroying. Another Knoll Paw, they seem to be dropping exactly the same things in that regard. We've got a wrist pouch, that sounds like a bag to me. Some more tongues, siding tongues. I feel like one of each would be fine, keeping one of each. And then some rations. Rations are good, we always need some food. Ah, good, Batfire. How many, let's see. Have any wolf belts? So that'll be the other thing that would be useful for me to have. 100 keel, and that's cool, I'll take it. Whenever the name turns green in the trade window, I've found that that means that that person has clicked accept already, which is pretty cool. Gave me all the ones I had earlier. He says, okay, that's unfortunate because I have 23 of the wolf pelts, 23 of the bat furs. It's not going to be enough to get me very far yet. Put these tongues together in some fashion. Surely I wouldn't need more than one of each of the tongues. And what's up with... See, this looks like a foot, I'm pretty sure. Not like a small wooden leg. That's a very well-crafted wooden leg, if so. Like, they did it complete with like, the bones and viscera showing. So, I mean, if that's a wooden leg crafted by these dudes out here, I think they did a very good artistic job. And I don't know if it's exactly what people are going to want to put on though to walk with, because I don't know. I mean, you know, it's all fine and well, but it kind of looks like it's been decaying for a little while. And while they made a very good decaying wooden leg, I don't know that it's exactly the look that most people are going for at the end of their stump, you know? Not sure. I mean, what do I know? Maybe that's exactly what people want. I don't personally have a peg leg, so I'm uncertain any kind of an artificial limb. So what do I know? I thought Bugejoah was going after the spider or the scarab. Actually, I think it was two scarabs kind of stacked on top of each other, moving simultaneously in the same direction. Maybe they were stuck. Who knows? So they're killing a skunk, which is cool, because the skunks drop the skunk glands. And my understanding is that at least at one point, rogues could use the skunk glands to make poisons with, which is super cool. I don't really understand exactly who all can use the poisons, but my understanding is that the rogues are the only ones who can make them. So whoever can use them, I'm uncertain. Got more tongues. And then some more pieces of rusty equipment. And this looks like another iron ration, right? Sure is, or ration in general. Whether it's iron or not, who knows? Plenty of tongues. And a great scarab egg sac. I don't think I need that right now. Let me check something real quick here. Okay, all is well. Thought I may not have had the sound turned on. That would have been unfortunate. But turns out that I do also lost Bugejoah in the meanwhile. It's a problem not having an autofollow button. I understand the rationale. They don't want anybody to be boxing unless they're true boxing, and that's all fine and well, but it also means that I very quickly and easily lose my teammates. The characters in this, on the one hand, it feels like they walk slowly, but on the other hand, it's like, man, you blink and you miss them, you know? Gone in no time. And look at how far ahead he got. It's crazy. Ha, there it was. Skunks scent glands right there. Ready for some poison now. I should, well, I guess I have that going to my storage container, which makes sense. So I'm sure I have plenty of scent glands. And since Bugejoah has a loadout that is a rogue, it makes sense to just kind of hand it over to him, at least for now. Got a goblin warrior at this camp. And that gets our faction up with somebody, Guardians of the Veil, I think, and King Zorb. And I think that both of those guys are guys over in Enchanted Lands. But King Zorb is an evil eye, and it's kind of weird that we would want a new faction up with him, to be honest. I'm not sure what the purpose of that would be. Kreidel done fire again. He's a little slower than the others, and he likes to attack me, I've noticed. Let's go on Pegleg, so that is who Bugejoah is on. Well, I thought so anyway. And then Margle next. And then we'll do Kreidel. Alright, we have here another rusty weapon and some more Nolpaw. Interesting, another of those cracked steins. Chipped steins, another pig leg, a wooden leg at least. And then more of the tongues. And a rusty weapon. Unfortunately, it appears that my bags are full. So, do I have any more Keldon's tongues? Because if I do, I'll get rid of him. I'll just keep one of each tongue again. I feel like no, that was Glinda's. We got Glyn and Glinda. Okay. Pretty sure I saw Margle's tongue up here somewhere. Did. Okay, so let's throw some of these tongues away and destroy them. And it doesn't give any money for it. That's a shame. Probably that means that this entire bottom section of them is good to be sold. I'm gonna make that assumption. Since we don't actually know what to do with the tongues anyway, may as well destroy these ones that are extras. Hopefully I won't need them later. Let's make sure I probably already have a Qued's tongue over here, right? Let's see. Definitely had Keldon or whatever his name was. There's Qued's. Alright, let's get rid of that one too then. Nobody needs to be dragging extra tongues around in their bag, right? Can't even cook them? What is this? Okay, that gives me a few slots left. Let's drink this ale. That'll clear another one. Okay, now. didn't get attacked. Oh yeah, well, that's because he's dead, I suppose, that goblin warrior. Bugejoah wants to know how my faction's looking. Well, what a question. Let's find out. Faction. And I'm assuming we're looking at the miners faction. It's not looking lovely. I mean, it's 210 points to threatening for the, I think that's the scouts. Actually, it's coming along pretty quickly, I think, actually. Because, I feel like I wasn't like, I don't know, some much larger number before. Of course, not that threatening is good or anything. I had a feeling with this. We'll apparently have. What if I click enter? Well, no, that didn't do it. I was thinking I could get out of the chat bar maybe by clicking that. So I'm trying to catch up to the Bugejoah here. All right, there we go. Now let's do minor. Okay, 210. And then I guess I'll have to wait to stop, and then I can deal with the loot situation up there. Alright, stopping for a second. Let's get rid of this window. And now I can put auto run on. We've got the tongue. Just gonna sell it because we've already got that tongue. Let's loot the rusty item. We've got worn great staff over here. I feel like I may already have a great staff. Do I want this one? Probably not, especially. What do I have right now? Who knows? Looks like I have a club and a whip. So I don't have... Okay, this is a two-hander. You know what? I'm not interested in keeping this this item, I don't think, for now. Nothing like this taking up my bag space. I'll just take the rusty stuff. Let's sell the Scarab sack and the tongues. The tongues don't actually give me any money, but we'll click the sell button anyway. Another wrist pouch, cool. And then the Scarab stuff can sell. Alright, onward. Okay, so now I had been at 210. See what we're at now. Still 210 to threatening, I'm not. Let's see if I can find out how much I'm getting. It's probably going to be so far out that... Okay, here we go. Looted. Okay, that's the loot from it, but there's a lot done between the time that they died and the looting of the corpses, so... Alright, let's see here. While he's fighting that Scarab, maybe I can scroll up a bit. Faction standing with the Miners Guild has been adjusted by 5. So every one of these kills is giving me 5 points for the Bandits, looks like. What else are we getting? Stormguard. Stormguard is some Kaladim people as well. And of course, Butcherblock Bandits faction is going down. So 628 is the scouts. That's the bottom line. And that's miners 628. There's another miners faction in Kaladim, 200 and something. And it's a paladin faction. A cloth cap here. What am I wearing as far as cap goes? It's a small cloth cap. Now one would assume then the cloth cap might be better than a small cloth cap. Or it might be able to be better, whether it does or not at first. So right now it's not as good. Definitely use some better stuff. Let's do auto sell on these tongues that we're getting over and over again. The chipped stein feels like it should be, I don't know, it should be a quest item or something. Let's see. It is a quest item. It has value. I guess I sell it. For now, we'll auto sell. Surely I don't need a lot of small wooden legs either, so... Oh no, I accidentally looted it. Alright. But we'll auto sell the tongue. And how about the snow paw? Don't know anything about it. Surely it's a quest item. Let's go ahead and auto sell it for now, though. There ran someone by named, it looked like Kiedrick. Which means that the name is showing whenever it's close to me. Hold on, let's... Okay, click escape, and you do not see a name above Bugejoah's head. But let's see how close I have to get before I do see his name. Or if I do. There it was. So, I don't know exactly how far. But pretty... relatively close, I would say. Definitely filling up with stuff again. But I've got some legs and some mill paws that I can dispose of. Now, this looks like a good time to get rid of no paws. Oh no, I'm running after the wrong person. There we are. Found Bugejoah. Alright. Let's drag some of these over to destroy. And when you destroy things, if they are worth money, then you will get a tiny amount back. Just, you know, I think it's the same amount as if you sold them from the loot window, I believe. Okay, we got rid of all those. Now to find Bugejoah again. There he is, not too far away. I'm gonna fight with all the nasty folks here. Interestingly, the fire in this game doesn't seem to burn you when you run into it. I tried that one day. Let's get the auto cell going on these tongues. Make life a little bit simpler. To auto cell, you can just right click on the check mark under loot and then select whether you want to auto sell, auto store, auto merge, or auto loot, right? I accidentally just auto sold the basilisk tongue. So I was like, oh, it's a tongue. Well, good news. There's a way to fix it. I will do so soon, but first I've got to go try to find Bugejoah. That's the game. Chase Bugejoah around while he slays creatures hapless. Okay, so the filter window, we come over here, I believe we go to actions, loot window, and what I'm going to be looking for is a basilisk tongue. So, we go to filters, and then we're going to type in we're going to type in basil is what I'm going to type in. Alright, and then I don't want to automatically do anything, so there we are, got it. Because I haven't decided what I want to do with the basilisk tongue yet. I gotta tell you, dwarves are tiny. Look at this. This is my character. This is his character. I mean, this is just insane. I should check and see what the fraction's looking like again. My goodness. That guy who was blue to me went down pretty instantaneously, didn't he? Got another rusty dagger, and that's some kind of backpack, wrist pouch. Another rusty spear. A small wooden leg, we're going to go ahead and click auto sell on. And if that is not the right move, then hopefully I can fix that problem later. So for now, I'll have 2 more slots in my bags. However, I'll drink another short ale. I'm not sure what good it does to get my tolerance up for alcohol, but I'm moving along in it anyway. I've got a 5 alcohol tolerance. Feels like a good start. There's also alcohol tolerance in EverQuest 2, and they did end up adding some things to do with that. For the longest time, there wasn't really any benefit to having your alcohol tolerance up. It was just something that you could do to make your vision blurry, and you kind of are a little woozy, go back and forth and all that, which is the same essentially as in this. I don't know if there's anything that requires it. I do know that the alcohol gives you a little bit more like strength and stamina, and I think at the cost of some other things. I think maybe agility possibly goes down. Can't remember. I tested it on beta, and there definitely are some changes to your stats whenever you drink alcohol, and of course, probably dependent upon what alcohol you drink. It may do different things, but other than that, though, I'm not sure what and that may be the primary purpose of it, to give yourself, because it didn't last very long, but maybe a short boost right before you attack a boss or something like that would make some sense, especially if as your alcohol tolerance goes up, the detrimental effects go down. I'm not sure. I think your intelligence goes down. I feel like maybe your charisma goes down. I'm not sure. Whenever you're drunk or when in the inebriated state. Okay, there's my basilisk tongue. It doesn't look like it is a an item that we can spinny trade skill push, and we can go ahead and sell it. Now we've got a rusty spear. I will leave that. I've got a little ways to go before I hit the next level, looks like. I've got 64% into the level. I've got a wrist pouch here, we'll loot. Loaf of bread, yeah, loot that. Now you can eat the loaf of bread, that's another thing. I don't know if it went into my inventory or if it went into my trade skill stuff, because it is a trade skill item. Oh, there it is, up there. But I think you can also eat it. Like it's a food in and of itself, which of course makes sense. I definitely have 2 of these wooden legs here. Sell one of them. Get a little more room here. Bat. It's exactly what I need. I need a Bugejoah bat fur. That's for a quest to get my Kaladim merchant faction up. It's not terrible, but it needs to be a lot higher so that I can actually interact with the merchants. Right now, the guards won't kill me over there. Nobody will kill me. But in order to get them to trade with me, I'm gonna have to get my faction up a little more. Another thing I can do if I need to is I can merge that Crushbone belt with the one that I'm currently wearing. That would get my belt a little higher, but also get something out of my bags simultaneously. So as many of you know, over the weekend, it was the Hobbit pre-release weekend for Magic the Gathering, and I ended up playing in all 5 pre-releases that were running around here. And then, right after that, a league started, so I was doing that yesterday as well, and haven't been able to really get on very much. I see that Bugejoah is going to be getting off soon. I probably will have to for a little while as well. Hoping to get back on. I don't know, it's already 9/11, but maybe I get off for a bit and then get back on if all goes well. I'm going to check my faction here in a second. Looks like they aggroed onto me pretty quickly there, which is kind of crazy because I was definitely in the back. But it's okay. Let's get this bridal gunfire. I guess since I'm getting beaten up, I better click F1 and heal myself. Is that the way we go? Yeah, looks like Bugejoah healed me there. I realized that I could have just clicked the Hymn of Restoration button and didn't have to click F1, so it would have healed the thing that was attacking me most likely. And healed, kind of healed the target of that. which in that case would have been me. I also have some of those modes spent in decimal potential, and so it could increase the I guess the tier of one of my spells a little bit more. Probably wouldn't hurt to do that. I should be periodically just healing him, huh? That would help my skill core, right? Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm crazy. This is not that kind of a heal. I just remembered this is something that goes over. It's just on all the time. It's a gentle melody that encourages your group's wounds to heal faster. So it's not a clicky heal of the shaman variety. It's one of the bard skills. Also, I'm wondering what this area over here is. Looks like maybe it's a memorial of some kind. Let's see, where am I? I'm in Butcherblock Mountains. What could it be? Don't know. Gonna give Bugejoah a moment to get a little aggro before I jump in on this. Weirdly, I don't know any way to target through the person. Another of those wrist pouches. I actually only have one more spot in my bags, and then my bags will be full. Let's check the faction real quick. So it was at 210 earlier. And now we're only 110 away from threatening. So that's not bad. I think that threatening is still not great, but it's a lot better than where we're at right now. So I have these boots over here, which is the boots with the long road, and we got them in the tutorial. The way they work is they increase your speed, but it's not, they don't stay on. So if you've been in a fight, then they're no longer activated, and you have to reactivate them in order to get that. Back over to this bandit encampment by way of the goblin encampment. And this one is over here, in this area. Over with Margle and Kaladim again. Let's try Margle first. They're all rogues as far as I can discern. Let's go through and make sure. Rogue, and yes, rogue. So yes, they're all rogues. And that, I believe, was the last slot in my inventory. So, all full of stuff. Bugejoah says I'm going to get off now. Alright, sounds good, sounds good. Definitely got some things that can go into the bank. The bank is a little tricky to get into as an ogre over here in Kaladim. I'll head over there to the bank and we'll see if I can manage to get in the door or not. Uh-oh. Qued spawned on me. Let's try, see if I can take on Qued. Oh no. Maybe. Ah, I got better at intimidation. Exactly as I wanted. I don't think that I've managed to actually disarm anyone on the beta servers, but I haven't really tried that. Why is this on auto store? It definitely needs to be on auto sell. But anyway, yeah, I don't think that I managed to, and I got it up fairly high for the disarm. I don't think that my character has disarm on this server yet because she's just not high enough level to get it. I think it's I don't remember what level I got it at on beta, but I don't think I got it yet. I should definitely check on my spells and abilities at some point soon and find out exactly what I have that I'm not even using yet. I think for now, I'm going to try to make it back over to the bank. And if I can get in, I can stick those backpacks and boxes into the bank. Increase my long-term storage capabilities there. I don't know if this character gets safe fall or not. Maybe. I'm not sure. Probably ought to kill these bats on my way in, as I need those, as previously mentioned. Since they're here, I may as well grab them. I also have a torch now that I equipped. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's been a torch. I think, I don't know, maybe it'll help with visibility. Not sure. There's another bat over there. Gotta go get that before I go into, even though it's a little bit out of the room. It's not too far. Like I said, your characters move deceptively quickly in this game. Okay, now into Kaladim. Oh no. Almost got turned around there. I appreciate that the entrance to Kaladim is large enough for an ogre at least. It's kind of interesting how tall they made these halls. But then when you get in and you try to go into their actual buildings, they're tiny. So here we are. And where are we going? We're trying to go over this direction. There's a guy in here who will definitely try to kill me if he sees me. Okay, I made it the right direction. There's another guy in North Kaladim who will also come and try to kill me if he sees me. His name is like, I don't know, Rondu or something like that. And he's right outside of the bait, so I have to be somewhat careful not to go in his area. So we go around this direction, maybe not quite that direction, but close enough so that we don't aggro. It's just right around here in that little... Now, let's see if I can show you him or not. Maybe he's Foundy, maybe that's the name. Foundy Jestans, Rogue Guildmaster. Does not like me wandering up on him, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's try getting in this door. Okay, first and foremost, I have to navigate it properly. Then, crouch, and yes, we made it in that time. All right. Now, here we are at the next door. Crouch on in, and then let's zoom into first person so that we can talk to this little dwarf guy right here and get some bags and boxes and things in here. And then the bank will be completely full of at least some kind of bag or box. Later on, I'm hoping to learn how to sell in game, and maybe I'll sell some of these bags that are a little too small for my current needs. Possibly. I don't know. If I can, I will. We'll see if I can or not. But alright, we got that. Now, we've got all these tongues, and I don't have any real use for the tongues. So what if I go ahead and throw them into some of these bags? Feels like a good idea. Now if I ever figure out what I need to do with the tongues, I will know where to find them. Maybe just right over here in these areas. Alright. Some of the bags, even though they say they're large bags, are not particularly large bags, and they only hold a few items. Let's move this one over here so that I can get that wooden leg supposed in the stein in there. And how about this as well? Now we have another stein, but it's of the same variety, so I'm gonna just destroy it. We got a little bit of silver, 5 silver and 4 copper for it. Not too shabby, I'll take it. What else might I want to throw into here? I have a rawhide tunic that I've been wearing previously. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that as well, because the piece that I have on now is much, much superior. Let me show you guys, but you know what I'll do? Let's do Alt, and then you'll just see how much better my spiky split mail piece is than this. So, what I have on has increased my stats by 4 AC, 15 HP, and 5 stamina, plus what I have on has Gravel Coat, which surrounds your body in a coat of brambles. It increases your armor class as well as harming those that strike you. So it's a coat of thorns, is what we got there. Very nice. Very nice piece. Also, here's another of those steins. Didn't realize I had yet another one in here. Let's go ahead and destroy that as well. And now we've gotten a little bit of silver, a little bit of copper for those things. Scarab carapace, let's sell that too. Okay, and then a lot of this stuff is rusty items, which I will later turn into ore and probably sheet metal or metal bits. Not right now, but maybe later on. Got a cloth choker here, which I don't believe is as good as what I have on, but let's find out. Yeah, barely not as good. Cloth cap +1. Not as good as the small cloth cap +2. So we'll hold those on reserve for the moment. I do have the belt that I could merge if I wanted to. And then we've got some tattered gloves. Now, tattered gloves are surely not as good as cloth gloves, but let's make certain. Yep, tattered gloves are definitely not, so let's toss them as well. 1 gold and 7 copper from that, not too shabby. We got a cloth cap +1 versus my small cloth cap +2. I think I already checked that, didn't I, just a few moments ago. But the rawhide tunic, I should be able to destroy as well. Without regrets. There we go. It wasn't worth anything because I had tuned it, I believe, as 1. But nonetheless, got it out of the bags. No reason to have it in the bags. Wonderful. Okay, that all looks pretty decent. I've got these rations. I'm going to throw them up here with the other trade skill type items and foods and drinks. Okay, let's see. Bags are looking a lot better, and after I get all this stuff broken down, it'll help a lot. Okay, we've got cloth pants versus small cloth pants. Unfortunately, I could definitely use as some better gear overall. I need like I could use some plate mail, really, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Tattered belts. It's not going to be as good as my +6 fresh from belt by this stretch. So let's go ahead and sell this. May as well clean up the bank a little bit while I'm here. Got 1 gold and 7 copper from that. Small tattered gorget. What did I have on it in? A rawhide gorget. Surely this isn't very good comparatively, right? So I may as well get rid of some things that are just taking up room. Especially if they are like cloth or something that I'm not really interested in. It's a cloth choker. This is a cloth choker. Let's combine these items. Maybe they'll turn into something a little bit better. Try again. Okay, now it's the same. So, if I can get another one, then it should be the superior product. I've got cloth pants here. What am I wearing? Small cloth pants. Let's compare these guys. No, not as good. Now this Crushbone Cadet's Grimoire is not something that I can use on this class, but I might be able to use it later. Small cloth shirt is not going to be useful anytime soon. Get rid of that. Patchwork boots. I think I made those. We've got a tattered skull cap here. Versus what? What do I have on? Smoke cloth cap +2. Let's do another little comparison here. So, at its base level, it's as good as what I currently have on, which is better than what's in my bags here. So, that might be something to hang on to for now. I also have on these slave terminals. How are they? Oh, see. Pros and cons, really. The AC is better. HP is worse. Agility and dexterity are worse. If I collected a good number of these and boosted it up, then we might be talking that. Firstbone shoulder pads I can trade in. We've got cloth wristband +3. I think I've been pretty much getting rid of those. I don't know if it's been a good idea to be, but I think I have been. Cloth wristband +3 is not as good as what I have on. So, cloth cord +2. I don't know if I have anything else in here. I kind of think that I might, but maybe not. Not looking like it. I think the rest of these I just put in here, so there's no way I would have anything in them yet. Alright. So that's the good news. We've got a whole bunch of stuff in the Dragon's Hoard. I'm gonna go ahead and sell these chick talons though. I don't know what they're for. I'm sure they're gonna be useful at some point. But right now they're just junk as far as I can tell. We've got these lizard scales. I'm not gonna hang on to them right now either. Spider silk I think we can do something with, perhaps. Black wolf tooth? Let's toss it. Destroy that. Bottle of Kalish. I was using those for something, I think, but I don't recall what. We got another cloth cord, so that would combine with something that I have. A couple of cloth wristbands. These will grab them. The Bridle's tongue doesn't need to be in here. I have one of those already in the bank. So, got rid of that. Same for the chipstein. We've got one stored up. No need to have it here. Some of these things I don't have any clue what to do with. We got some iron rations. I think we can stack those up over here. Poison sacks. I don't know if those are used to mix poisons or not. Light-colored fungus, various colored funguses. Whet's tongue, that's another one we can toss. Okay, definitely want to pull out the rusty stuff. So I'm going to want to use those to make various ore things. Metal bits. I didn't realize I had quite so much of the rusty stuff in here. But this ought to clear some room for sure. As to the carapaces, I can't actually... I don't know what they're for. I'm gonna just destroy some of that. Destroy a couple of them. And then we'll keep the rest. Got a couple Scarabs, I don't know what to do with. There's a short ale. We can grab that. If nothing else, I can drink it. Don't see any real need for snake fangs at the moment, so let's destroy those. a lot of spiderling legs. And I thought those went into the trade skill, but I guess not. Strange. Let's have a look at the trade skill info. Okay. Spider legs are probably the ones that go in, and they're obviously the ones that go into the trade skill. So spiderling legs, maybe not. So that also means maybe true for the silk as well. You see that we've got spiderling silk and spider silk. Plenty of batwings. You can make some batwing crunchies. Not much in the way of fresh fish going on. But a good bit of stuff in here. Built up over time. I should be able to do some cooking, I would think, and whatnot, a little bit. There's some wolf meat. I wonder if I can throw this bread into there. Let's try it. Can. Wonderful. Thought I probably could, but I wasn't sure. About the Keola nut. That's a trade skill item. Heck yeah. Alright, we got that. Nothing else here is really jumping out at me. Seems fine. No more rusty things anywhere. So very good. I like it. Alright. Oh right, yes. Okay, I do also have these pieces of ore that I can throw into the trade skill economy as well. I don't think that I can do anything with these iron rations and regular rations, but we'll see. They won't go in. Sheet metal will. And these scalar molds will as well. Take them, click shift and click it, drag the whole stack of them into there. Alright. Oh, we have some metal bits as well. Forgot about those. Throw those in. Okay. Not too shabby. Let's try to do something about this cloth wristband situation. Merge those. Both items remain unmodified. Don't know why. Let's go back over here though, because I think I have... Yes, I have this wristband here. Let's try getting out of the bank and see if we can merge them now. So these two, let's merge. And it says request to merge items canceled. Both items remain unmodified. Now why is that? What have I done? It's a cloth wristband +1 and a cloth wristband +3. I'm not sure what we're wrong here. Let's try this from... Obviously, I'm doing something incorrectly. Queen 2077 says, have you ever played EverQuest Online Adventures Frontiers via PS2 emulator? I'm curious of the difference between these two online games, besides EQOA only having 500 daily players. I haven't played it, unfortunately. I didn't really do anything with the PlayStation games. I'm more of a computer gamer, other than, like, Nintendo stuff, right? So... I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Let's merge this. I've heard about some console EverQuest games, but I don't have any experience with it. All right, let's try starting with this one, placing this one, and then merge here. Well, it seemed to work that direction, so we got there eventually. Alright, good enough for me. I don't think this will be any better because we're still at cloth wristband 3, and so we're still not good enough compared to the Legionnaires Bracers +2. I don't know that I have any more things that combine around here. Doesn't look like it because it would have already shown up if I did. So nope, absolutely not. It's as good as she gets for now. Shut all those back down. And now I want to put these back in the bank, so I'm going to auto bank them. No reason to have them hanging around in the bags at the moment. And I think there was... thought there was something else that would go in. Maybe. Cracked staff, there we go. Alright. Oh, no room left in the bank. Okay, that's because the cracked staff is a large item, and only certain things will hold large items. Size is medium. Okay, this will hold large items, and we'll have to move these tongues out of there. They can go in any kind of a container, pretty much. So, move those out. Now let's try sticking that cracked staff back in. Auto bank. There it is. Very nice. Okay. So, with that in mind, let's throw these in this first pouch instead. Make better use of the bags. Okay, very good. Now, move those over there. Okay, that all looks a lot better, I think. And then later on, whenever I come back, hopefully I can turn all of these rusty things into tarnished things, and then turn those all into ore, and hopefully make some sheet metal, and potentially some metal bits. Maybe then I'll even have enough to do something else more exciting than metal bits and ore. I've not done much in the way of crafting armor yet, or really anything beyond the ore and metal bits. What am I doing? Getting way too close to Diggins' Rogue Guildmaster, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I'm going to come stand over here where I feel fairly safe, and this is where I shall log for now. I've got to take a bit of a break. Hopefully I'll be back on later. If not tonight, then hopefully tomorrow. It's been a pleasure streaming with all you guys, and hopefully I will see you next time I'm on. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see the next time that I go live. And be sure to check out the Discord channel, where I've been attempting to be somewhat more active than previously. Hop in and say hi, and hopefully, you know, kind of start building some sort of community in there. As you all know, I'm not super familiar with Discord, but I'll try my best, and that's about all I can guarantee. However, I'm going to take off for now, and I will see all of you later.